The broadcast is live.
What is happening on?
DeJounte Murray's happening. That's what's happening.
Is he actually?
I don't know. Looks like he was.
Let's see. His Periscope is not working.
You
Would be
broke
less
it.
than ideal.
You broke it.
Not I.
Are the Knicks really about to lose to the Thunder?
Oh, hold on. Let me pop up that box score. Wait a minute. Because surely.
The Bucks about to lose to the Blazers?
Ooh, down 11.
Maybe we have some hashtag content.
Huh. No Giannis tonight, so that's the one. But also, Chris
Raptors
is
down
3 or 14.
Raptors down by 30. This is great. Great stuff here.
That's tough. Oh, the Pelicans are doing the thing. Sheesh. Also less than ideal.
Thaddeus Young, 12 minutes. Huh.
You know.
Wait, Boucher played 20. Boucher played 23. Kev played 17. And Precious played 10. Remember when I said, "Yo, kind of crowded"?
just a tad, you know, just a little bit. They're gonna work it out. This is the first game for Thad, if I'm not mistaken. So
this is true.
You know, what a night for him to make the debut. Gary Trent 2 for 15. Huh? The run is over. That's tough.
CJ McCollum. Professional bucket getter.
That's what he does. Okay, so the Thunder are up 4 according to my app. Josh Giddey has 27, 10, and 12.
Hey, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this Kenrich with 13 off the bench and a plus 16 in a 4-point game? Surely.
How many
plus
minutes?
10 for Poku, Folks. Ty Jerome with 13.
You got zoom past the 28 from Trey Man.
It has 26 on my app. I guess it hasn't updated yet. But
hit the refresh. We've done it, folks. Plus 16. How many minutes did Kenrich play? 24? 25?
26. A plus 18 in 26 minutes. Pretty impressive in my opinion. He's a winning player is what he does.
Why is he still on the Thunder?
No one wanted to meet their asking price, I guess. Not sure.
Well, they didn't ask. Man. What's up, people? Oh, yeah. Over under on you saying, "Oh, brother," is at least 5. I'm taking the over.
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
I don't know if I have a big agenda this week.
You're always going to have an agenda. It's fine.
Wow. Shots fired. No, that's like when football, he just starts watching football. So I don't have anything.
I don't like this. Okay. I think the stream is working now. So we can get rolling. Not sure what that was about. Obviously can get our fantastic editor to get all of this first portion out. But hello to our listeners and whatnot.
Oh, you didn't do a whole intro?
No, I'm about to do the intro.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was getting myself prepared here because I was trying to figure out why I was getting the broadcast unavailable thing on Twitter. But now it's working, so
because DeMar DeRozan's shooting the lights out of the gym.
It's a good shot. Okay.
He's got to be in the MVP race, right? Like firmly.
I guess define firmly. I mean, well, where do you have him? I guess it's the better way to phrase that.
I have him in the top 5.
You have him in the top 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not?
Oh,
we're getting a big reveal here early. Oh boy.
Because like in some order, like Jokic and Embiid are obviously up there. Giannis is up there. That's my 3. So I guess after that you have Ja, Steph, DeRozan, all in that mix.
So you do not have DeMar.
So you can have like I'm not opposed to DeMar top 5. I just had to think like, do you do that? Yeah, I can see it. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting a name here.
I thought you would take the layup to slander number 30. It's fine though.
No, not right now.
How about Klay Thompson though?
Clay's heating up.
Just
that's gonna make things interesting in the West.
Right back to himself.
Didn't take too long. All right, let's get rolling. Hi, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Dunker Spot. We are part of the Basketball News Podcast Network. I am your host, Nikias Duncan. Joining me as always is my co-host, Steve Jones Jr. How are you doing, sir?
Just realized I yawned during the whole intro right there, which is just
probably the energy we're coming with, huh?
Fantastic energy, but I'm doing well, doing great. Shout out to all you Dunkers. Excited to be here. Let's have some fun.
There we go. We are live, figuratively and literally, on a Monday night. So happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate it in our comment sections, across Periscope, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. If you do not celebrate, then disregard. And if you're listening to this on Tuesday, the candy's on sale today. So get you some chocolate if that's your thing. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's jump right into some news. Jared Allen, at last, is an all-star. James Harden is going to be sitting out through the all-star break to get his hamstring right. And Jared Allen was named as an all-star replacement for him. How do you feel?
Feel good. I think Jared Allen deserved to be an all-star. I'm glad he's able to get in. And so it's a thumbs up for me there. Running out of people, but this corrects the whole Chris Middleton thing. It's fine.
There we go. I see. And Zach LaVine is dealing with some knee stuff, so he may also be out of the all-star game. Per some comments from Billy Donovan earlier today. If he's out, who's next up for you on the all-star list?
Who do you have next up?
Probably Pascal Siakam.
Bam Adebayo would be next for me.
Okay, I feel that. Like, Bam missing like 18 games out the blue just throws so much off for me, as I am a games played truther. But while we're on Bam, I'm so glad that he's being aggressive now. He's taking shots on purpose.
Wait a minute. What do you mean being aggressive now?
He's being super aggressive. Like he's had some 20+ shot attempt games in here. Like he's looking at the rim. He's not defaulting to handoffs as often as he was early in the season. Like he's building some aggression. We like to see it. What's the problem?
When was he not aggressive?
Oh, buddy, how much time do you have?
When was he not aggressive?
I feel it's been like a reoccurring thing for him. He has the pockets of aggression, and then sometimes he's, it's like the Boston blowout a week and a half ago, where everyone's out and he takes like 11 shots. And it's like, oh, not what you want from your number 2 guy, or in that case, your star. So if he can just channel that consistently, that's kind of what people are looking for in that regard. And he seems to be doing that.
Well, here's my question. What's the consistency you're looking for? You just want him to take 20 shots instead of going 8 for 12, 7-11, 7 for 13, which he's done.
No, I mean it's less about the pure shot totals, and more so, again, him looking for his own offense, him getting downhill with more burden versus settling for the jumper at times, or seeing a pocket in space and deciding to find his guard for a handoff versus attacking that pocket and seeing what happens. So there are just moments in every game where it's like, bam, you could probably call your own number there, or at least force the issue a little bit. I'm
gonna let you have it. We don't have to rehash it. We don't have to rehash it. Take that victory lap, big dog.
Is it a victory lap? Like, I feel like we've had 6 different episodes of Bam, please look at the basket throughout the podcast history, but that we're on the upswing right now. So let's.
And I always say, hey, he just serves a function in the offense, and it just falls on deaf ears. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't fall on deaf ears. Just looking for more from him. I think he's He's talented enough to be more than just a cog / function of the offense.
That's fair. Fair enough.
There it is. There's the first of the pod. Some Heat adjacent news, no longer there, but Goran Dragic, who was a Raptor, part of the Kyle Lowry trade to San Antonio during the deadline. He is expected to be bought out. The Lakers, Bucks, Bulls, Clippers, Nets, and Warriors are expected to pursue him once he's bought out. What's your preferred landing spot for him?
I don't know if I like any of those spots, to be honest with you.
What's your beef with the spots?
I don't know what he does for the Lakers. I don't know what he does for the Bucks. I'd probably say the Bulls, maybe. I don't want to see him on this version of the Nets. The Warriors would be kind of fun, but also I don't think they need him.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers, there's a defensive thing here. It doesn't really fit in there. I'll go Bulls. Why not?
Bulls. Okay. I guess for the Lakers, it's kind of Russ insurance. If you want another ball handler out there, you want a spacer out there on the nights that Russ just flat out doesn't have it, because he hasn't been playing a bunch of fourth quarters as of late anyway. So maybe that just gives him another ball handling option. The Bucks are interesting to me. Like, I was surprised when their name popped up. I'm just like, okay, wait, they have Drew. They have George Hill. Like, Chris and Giannis do a bunch of the handling anyway. Like, where do you pencil in minutes for Goran? Unless they just don't believe in, like, Nora as a wing, and then you just slide everyone down. Because George Hill is, 6'3" with a 6'10" wingspan? So he can defend some 2s and 3s. So you're looking at a second unit with, like, Dragic, Hill, Wes Matthews, Giannis, and somebody. One of those hybrid second units. So, I mean, that could work. They just weren't a team that were on my radar, I guess is my big thing. Among the group, like, I think the Clippers probably make the most sense just because who's their backup point guard right now?
Oh, we playing all the hits today?
It feels like it. I mean, among this list, I'm just like, okay, I can see the fit with the Clippers. Like, I'm with you. I don't want to see Dragic on this version of the Nets either.
I don't like Goran for this version of the Clippers because he becomes a bullseye. Defensively.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, he would easily be the worst defender in one of those, like, wing heavy lineups. But also, if you have 4 rangy guys in the lineup, you would think one of the benefits of that is, hey, we can cover for a weak league. We can scramble and rotate and trap if we have to, and rotate behind that if we got a whole bunch of speed and length and anticipation on the back end. So I feel like they could probably make that work.
And if they make it work, guess who's not playing anymore, buddy?
Who's not playing anymore?
No more coffee for you.
I see. I mean, well, I was about to say, well, shoot, Norm's out for God knows how long. So there may be some built-in minutes for him either way. I don't know. How do you feel about the Heat reunion stuff? Does that move you at all?
I think it'd be fun.
Because I don't get it. Like, I've seen it on the timeline, but I also have, like, a very Heat Twitter heavy timeline, so that skews it a bit. But I don't see it.
Loyalty.
Sure, but, like, also, I don't think they need another guard.
No, they don't. They're probably have a tough time figuring out how to play Oladipo, but loyalty, it's fun. Locker room presence.
They have that guy already.
Who's that?
So, Tyreke Evans back. He's been reinstated. I'm excited to see him play again. Huh. It's an interesting comment. Just going to Euro step right past that one, buddy. Goran should be back in Phoenix for the playoffs. How do you feel about a Goran Dragic reunion in Phoenix?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. If the minutes are going to Elfrid Payton, I'm sure you get just as much out of Goran. But I don't know. It's a weird place.
I feel like most of the contending teams have, like, a solid guard room. And then the fringe guys, like even you mentioned the Clippers, like I think they have a clear spot for them, but also why would not just throw out a bunch of 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" dudes instead? If you're just gonna lean into that, like they have the roster for that too. So I get the argument against it. So I don't know. Like this is a weird year for Goran Dragic to be the buyout guy. I feel like if he was this option last year, I feel like he would have a lot more suitors, or at least more suitors that would make sense off the rip.
Well, I think he's in a weird place of being able to help multiple teams, but maybe not have that same impact, where I think he can help any team on this list, but doesn't make as much sense. And most of these teams have a piece they're missing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he could help the Lakers, but how much does he help the Lakers?
I feel that.
Like he could help the Nets, but if he's playing with, it's him, Patty, and Seth, you know what I mean? Like, does it make sense?
Yeah, like I just don't think. I just want the Nets to pursue a wing. Like if they're gonna add something in the buyout market, get a wing, a singular wing. They don't need any more point guards or any more small guards. Period.
You don't want the 3-guard lineups?
No, I think I'm all right.
Also,
we're probably going to see that anyway.
They did get a wing.
Another one. He can't be the only. He can't be the only one. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm with you, Brandon. I do not think they should have cut Bembry. That's very much a money move. Speaking of which, he's.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, he's expected to clear waivers either earlier this afternoon or he's clearing waivers tomorrow. I'm interested to see where he lands. I feel like you're going to add a guy if you're like Miami, like take the flyer on him, if anything.
He's the guy who can have an impact defensively.
Yes.
So I was a little surprised, but it makes sense. How do you feel about the Nets starting Andre Drummond?
I get it. Like they needed some help on the glass desperately. Gives them some size, gives them some physicality on the interior. Like he has the chemistry with Seth already. If you're gonna play him high minutes as well, so they can get to some handoff stuff. Like that makes some sense to me. And like we talked about in the last pod, though, it's gonna if he's starting, then it's just gonna turn it like Aldridge or Claxton. It feels like. And so I don't know where the Claxton minutes are gonna land moving forward, but we'll see. Are you pro start Drummond?
I think it makes sense. If you're going to go that route, depends on who you start with them. But I think if you're doing Patty and Seth, you almost have to start Bruce Brown for now. The question is, what do they do going forward once Redacted comes back? That man was happy, by the way.
Yes. Smiling in warm-ups. It's like, nice to see him on a basketball court. And I'm glad that we are all handling this situation rationally online. Glad we were talking about this responsibly.
Oh, no. Sounds like the hashtag is Big Mad. Did I miss something, or are we just going to Euro step past this?
I'm going to Euro step. I don't want to give that any attention. It's foolishness.
All right.
Not going to do it on this podcast. Might do it on the timeline, but like, no. I've sent one tweet. I was like, a lot of the discourse is bad. And that's about all I want to give credence to.
Okay. Any debuts that you saw that guys in new places, new faces in new places? Anything stood out to you?
I was watching Pistons Wizards earlier tonight. So I got to see the Marvin Bagley debut in Detroit.
How'd you feel about it?
It was fine. Like I saw the vision. Like at least the first half of the game was just a big switch fest because like nobody can dust people off the dribble, which made for some ugly basketball, to be frank about it. But watching Marvin Bagley get injected into that, like he was catching Washington mid switch a bunch, just rolling hard, getting downhill. Obviously has to touch it around the rim. They trapped a couple of ball screens with him involved, so he was able to slip in there, take a dribble, he's at the rim. So the athleticism shined through, the finishing touch shined through. Defensively, they were switching him quite a bit. Didn't love it, but I guess we kind of knew that already. Like I think finding a spot for him and finding a scheme for him defensively is going to be the big key to making the play. Because offensively, you know what the idea of him is. Like at worst, he's a very athletic rim runner that can also get his off the offensive glass. And at best, he can do all that stuff and knock down shots from the perimeter. And if it goes down hard, you can take a dribble or two and get downhill. Defense is where it's like, okay, is he a 5? Can he protect the rim enough? If you're going to play him at the 4, can he nail those rotations? And if he's switching, can he hold his own in space? There are question marks to all those things for me. So I'm going to be keyed in to see like what the best answer for him is going to be in Detroit. It does kind of make sense for them to switch with all the length they have on the floor to kind of shrink it and make life a little bit easier for him. But I don't know. I was intrigued by it. What stood out to you over the weekend?
I like what Derek White brings to the table for Boston.
Yes.
I think on both ends of the floor, you kind of see the vision. If he can shoot, it really pops. But defensively, he slides in. Offensively, fits better as far as I can make smart plays, drive and kick, cut, relocate. Those kind of little things I think have an impact for Boston. CJ McCollum is a bucket and remains a bucket. So that's a whole lot of bucket getting in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the two for me. The Karis LeVert deal, he's got the right mindset, folks. He's got the right mindset with how he's trying to play. And so he's trying to make the right reads without forcing it. He's very easily coming off one dribble, making a play, get it back, making another attack. My only thing is, can they get him and Kevin Love going at the same time? Because Kevin Love's been on a heater. So can you kind of get both of them going? But that's what I got.
Okay. Oh, also, glad you brought up Karis. One, he absolutely slammed the door against what game was that? Friday. Wasn't many. I'm blanking on the team that he played. But at any rate, I'm with you. He did seem to gel pretty easily. He closed the door in that game. Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers debut.
All right, here we go. This is exactly why you have to know your teammates, folks. You have to know where they want it on the court. They may not necessarily see what you're trying to get, but once they get the ball, they understand.
Thank you, Dan. It was Cavs. It was Cavs Pacers. That would make sense. Why I said okay. Yeah, Karis closed the door against the Pacers. But also, I am here for an Indiana Pacers team that is going to run and then run and then run some more. Rick Carlisle let the man play.
I cannot wait till they run sets with more practice time. I can't wait till after All-Star break. But go ahead, continue.
Well, then, if that's going to be the move, if that's going to be the vibe, to let me enjoy it while I can. That's kind of my move. But no, they are getting up and down the floor. That was fun. But good matter of fact, while we're just here, like that Pacers Cavs game was fun. Indy's pushing the pace like crazy. Buddy Hield is now a B-level passer all of a sudden. I don't know, a whole bunch of live dribble. That had to be the best passing game of his career.
What I tell you, man, Rick Carlisle, he's a magician with some of these guards.
I ain't never seen Buddy Hield pass like that. I was like, wait a minute. He's making reads. He's making live dribble skips with the offhand. He's making pocket passes with the offhand. I was like, wait.
They said the same thing about another guard.
But no, that was fun. Shout out Jalen Smith, who's looking good in his first couple of games with Indy. Versatile pick and roll partner. Rotating on defense, holding his own right now. He's fun. He's springy. I want to see what that's going to look like. Also, what does Goga Batadze do exactly?
Be tall.
I would like to see him do more of anything on either end.
Wow, Goga slander. Was not ready for that.
I wasn't ready for it either. Like, I like the theory of him, but then like this could just be a bad weekend because I just watched Indy this weekend. But man, wasn't a good stretch for him. But no, Tyrese is fun. Let him run.
Goga Batadze.
Okay, you know what? I'll let you have it. So, okay, what we're doing here tonight, very lax episode today. We have some questions from the mailbag, And then we're going to lean into the comment section. If you have questions for us, drop it there. And in general, if you have questions for us throughout the week, you're bored, you're watching the games like, hey, this stood out. Or if you're on a long car ride, you're just thinking about basketball, email us at dunkerspot@yahoo.com. Leave those questions. We'll get to them at random, like we're getting into them tonight. So we're going to get into a few of the questions that were emailed, and then we're going to open things up to the chat. So if you have questions, drop them now, or if you think of some, do so by the time we get through the mailbag section. First question is going to come from Tato. Says, hi, Stephen Nakais. Love the pod from South Africa. There we go. I just want to pick your brains on the potential 3-6 and 4-5 matchups in the West. As things currently stand, it's Memphis versus Denver in the first round, and it's Jazz versus Mavericks. Is it fair to say that the Luka-led Mavericks and the Jokic-led Nuggets, with Murray coming back, could upset one of them? Especially considering how tough the Mavericks played the Clippers in the last two postseasons, and they won't have to see them again this year. I feel like, I'll let you go.
I was going to say, this feels like if I speak, I'll get in trouble.
Oh, no. Why does it feel that way?
So let's see. Memphis, Denver, Utah, Dallas. Who would you think would win, have a better shot of winning? Because I'd say Dallas right now.
I mean, Dallas has a better chance of beating Utah than Denver beating Memphis right now. I don't know. Like, I probably lean Dallas too, but I don't feel great about it because that Luka point is a really good one. His 2 postseason series so far in his career have been against Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and a bunch of switchy wings, and also Zubac, who he just does not like for whatever reason.
On site every time.
It's insane. So, like, I think it's worth noting, like, he would be going from those kind of switchy groups to Utah, to where it's like, okay, Royce, do your best. And then I don't know what else you throw at Luka.
I'd love the consistency of this podcast where you just take out Bogey and Royce O'Neal defensively at every opportunity. Here's what I'm talking about. Low-key.
Royce is good.
Okay, continuing. What would be interesting is the switching wouldn't have the same impact as it did from the Clippers, in theory. I don't think those matchups that he's not concerned against. And now there's a potential for him to lead the dance if Redacted is in a drop and Dallas can open up some spacing. And now they may get some switching and it could get interesting. I think that Denver could get Memphis, but it's going to have to take a lot of Memphis getting in their own way. Because don't get me wrong, Denver probably more built for a playoff team having a playoff game plan. But that's a lot of athleticism they got to deal with. And they need some shot making.
That's true. If Jamal Murray is back, one is going to depend on when he gets back, because that's going to determine like how much time he has to knock off some rust and gain some chemistry and all that good stuff before the postseason begins. And beyond that, though, Jokic is so good. Like I just find it difficult to bet against him. Period. And like I don't know if Memphis has a great answer for him. Like your best shot is Steven Adams, and he can stretch him out a little bit.
Is Steven Adams slander or what's going on?
No, not at all.
I'm just making sure.
This is more Nikola Jokic praise. Like I think throughout this season, it feels like he's having, and maybe it's just me. Like it does feel like his season is once again going under the radar a little bit. Like he's so much better than he was last year, and he won MVP last year. And it feels like this. I don't know.
No, I think Jokic's been great this year. He's been great. Yeah. Go ahead. Give it to him. Let the people know.
Watch Nikola Jokic play basketball. It would enhance your life. That's about as inflammatory as I can get right now.
His passing and his defense has been pretty strong. Like he just does it every night for this team in so many different ways, and they're kind of needing his playmaking and his defense. He's making closeouts all the time. It's been good stuff. Memphis has beaten Denver 3 times this year, by the way.
There you go. That would help you seal the Dallas has the better shot argument.
Hey, I'm just here, man.
You are the resident smart guy. I'm just saying.
Oh, the resident smart guy. How do I click on these people's names? Get some comments up here.
Let's go. Let's go through. I guess just to answer the question to zoom out, like I think both teams have upset potential. I think we both agree that Dallas has a better chance at pulling the upset than Denver does. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next one comes from Noah, who wants us to rank these defensive backcourts: Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso, Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr., Marcus Smart and Derek White.
Noah, true dunker. It's a great question. You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Tough. The beauty of these is always who do you put second? So I'm going to go with Freddie and Gary Trent Jr. Then I'm going to go Lonzo Caruso. Then I'm going to go Smart White.
Okay. And you going 3-1, right?
Yep. And no, okay. I don't have the password, folks. Don't have the power to click any names. I just talking to this mic.
Oh, brother. All right. We're gonna let you start the next stream then. So you'll have full autonomy. I'll be at your mercy. So I guess that require you to get the you'll have to get the StreamYard password from like that you don't have. You do have the
any of the passwords. It's fine. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. All right. I'm not doing this anyway. I think I'd go Lonzo Caruso, Smart White, and Fred and Gary. This is a really good question, though.
Was that 1-3 or 3-1?
That was 1-3.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Canada. Okay, so
we did it again.
We again. Yeah, all right. Don't try to drag me into that. Oh goodness. No, I'm kidding. But Noah has another question for us. This is a fun one, I feel like, which required me to do a little bit of research. So those are always the best ones. He says, all right, new game called Missing Piece. Given 4 players and a maximum budget, which player in the league from any team would make the best lineup possible? So he gave us 3. One, it was a quartet from Boston: Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams. And the parameters here: the 5th player cannot be making more than $15 million and no rookie scale contracts. Do you want me to go first on that one?
1, this is an excellent game, but 2, yeah, I'm gonna have you go first on that one.
Okay. So 2, I was trying to decide like what I would want for Boston. Like if you would want to lean into the whole, all right, we're just gonna switch a ton, get a big wing in there. Kyle Kuzma's a guy that can shoot, that can beat the switch with a post up, can obviously defend multiple positions. And he's low maintenance enough offensively to where he can play off the Jays, I feel like. So I think that makes sense. And if you just want to add some shooting, like Seth Curry is a steal. Honestly, a cheat code in his exercise with his salary. But you have ideally like the playmaking run pressure from Marcus Smart. You have the movement shooting from Seth, who can also provide some secondary shot creation, some secondary playmaking. You have the Jays, you have Robert Williams. Like that's a strong enough defensive infrastructure that if you're worried about Seth, like you're not going to be too much worried about him at that point. So those are the 2 names that I had underneath that $15 million threshold.
I like this game a lot, but doesn't Derek White make $15 million?
He, according to Sport Rec, like he's at a smidge over 15, which is like, that's kind of on the nose.
Let's see. The first name that jumped out to me was Christian Wood.
Do you like Christian Wood next to Robert Williams?
Yeah. He's going to space the floor anyways.
Right.
So I like that combination
Mm-hmm.
in theory. Then you could also play him at the 5 afterwards. Terrence Ross, maybe.
Okay.
That's about it. Unless I want to go like full on Kelly Olynyk, but
I'm sure Boston wouldn't mind having Kelly Olynyk back.
Like Doug McDermott, I don't like the fit that much. Derrick Rose, eh?
Oh no. All right, let's get into the next one. Next one was the Spurs quartet: DeJounte Murray, Devin Vassell. I'm glad you included Devin. Keldon Johnson and Jakob Poeltl. And the only parameter here is just a max cap of $24 million.
I'm intrigued with where you went with this one.
Multiple places, because since that was the only cap that opened things up for rookie scale deals, so I was just like,
Oh,
well, Luka would give you the creator here, but like I felt like that wasn't the spirit of what that was supposed to be.
There's two names that I know you said on here. I have both of them in my head. Go ahead.
Okay, so look at the salary list. All right, Fred VanVleet's on the list. Zach LaVine's on the list. I had Mike Conley on the list. I think DeJounte's good, so I want a guard that can play off of him, or that could just fill that scorer role, which is where LaVine kicks in more than anything. But if you are going to lean into DeJounte kind of being your guy offensively, both Mike Conley and Fred VanVleet can play off of him. Both can space the floor, both can run pick and roll for you. And I don't think there's any really overlap there. And again, the cheat code here would be Luka, who's on the rookie scale deal and would just instantly be their best player, and everybody else just kind of have to slide in. But that's where I went.
I was wrong. I thought you were gonna go John Collins for sure.
I can see it. Yeah, I thought about it.
The question is, do you consider? Yeah, Tortacular. I'm old. I'm sorry. Do you consider Keldon a 3 or a 4 in this lineup?
I kind of envision him as a 4. Well, I think he'd be either one, but like I feel like he's better as a 4.
So I feel like he's at his best at a 4, but I feel like that with Collins could make it work. A little multiple positional type deal. I think. Who else did I have down? Malcolm Brogdon intrigued me. I thought you were going to say Harrison Barnes for sure.
That's a good one.
But yeah, that'd be my list right there.
All right. And we have a Sixers one. We went with Shake Milton, James Harden, George Niang, and Joel Embiid. And the cap here is $6 million, no rookie scale deal.
Ooh, where did you go with this one?
I'm sorting through 5 right now because my whole thing is like, okay, they need a defensive wing because that's a little bit spotty in the backcourt, to say the least.
Are you about to go with DeAndre Bembry of some sort? Is that where you're going with this? Troy Brown?
Oh no, even more on brand. So Kendrick Williams is on my list. I had to do it, but no, like first name I had was just Steve has left the street. Oh, don't do me like this. But no, the guys that stood out to me: Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, who the extension kicks in next year for him. But Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, Nicholas Batum, Otto Porter Jr., and Kenrich were the 5 guys that I had on my list.
You said Otto Porter Jr.?
He was one of the guys, yeah.
Embiid and Niang being in this together makes it interesting. Because you almost have to go a certain way. And it's fitting. I wanted to do like Cam Reddish. But no. Like, do you go? Yikes.
Yeah, fun, right?
Yikes, this gets ugly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good caveat. I thought you were going to go Justice Winslow.
I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about it. It's like, I don't think they're gonna guard him.
Oh, you didn't go Mike Muscala. I'll tap out and just say Ish Smith.
Boo. Boo. Come on. All right. Anyway, next question comes from.
You want to go hipster David Nwaba? Like,
unironically, also on the cut. What is the okay? I don't want to get slandered for David Nwaba. He's good. He's good. Anyway, next question comes from Daniel. Who says, "Who are the best screeners in the NBA?"
Ooh, Steven Adams has to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking screeners as in purely just setting a screen, or the setup, slipping, the combination?
I think however you want to go with it, honestly.
That was a good shot. I'll go Steven Adams. Who do you have? We can go back and forth on this one.
Rudy Gobert. I feel like it's an obvious answer. What is the beef with Rudy? What's happening? What's going on?
Well, I was listening to your point.
That reaction did not scream I'm listening to the point. That was more why is Rudy being mentioned. But no, like I think Rudy's a good screener. Sabonis is another. JB's another. Who else do you have here?
I'm gonna give some love to Mikal Bridges just because of his mastering of slipping this year.
Okay.
Like, it's been insane. If Chris Paul and Devin Booker has it and y'all are switching, he's coming and he's slipping immediately.
I'm with you.
I don't want to go into how Phoenix just uses their guys, but man, they pick you apart. Like, they just go, hey, this is the thing you like to do. We're not going to let you do it early. Now you got to think about it the rest of the game.
Title favorites right now. Don't know how much of a take that is. Do you want to give Kevon Looney some love?
He's an excellent screener. I do wish the people defending him were paying attention to where he is on the court as far as when he's going to screen. But these things happen. It's okay.
There we go. Jared Allen is another guy I want to give love to on the screening front. Very good at flipping the angle last moment. In addition to just generally being good at positioning himself for a screen. Quick get off when he turns. Makes him a very effective lob threat. So those are the guys off the top of my head, at least. Sabonis is another. I feel like I said him earlier, but he definitely deserves love as a screener.
I wish Clint Capella would set screens.
Slipping out of there too early for you?
Not just every time. Like, I get the reason why, and when it works, but just it's every time. So, like, if he slips and it's not there, then play's done. Come back up. Try again.
I feel you. All right, last one in the mailbag was from me. It's from Vignesh, who says, in the last episode, you mentioned that you try to see if you can list at least 12 players from each team, which was the last team which you couldn't get to 12 and when it did exist. So I tried to do this exercise earlier today as I was accumulating the questions for the mailbag. And I got stuck on Philly.
Current version of Philly?
Current version of Philly.
How many guys did you get?
I got to, I want to say 10. It's either 10 or 11. I know I didn't get to 12, though. I was like, I really got to remember what the bottom of this bench is.
Who got you stuck? B-Ball Paul?
No, I named Paul Reed. That was the fun part.
Paul Millsap?
I had Reed. I had Millsap. I had Embiid, Harris. I had Charlie Brown Jr., which, sure. Thibault, Danny Green, Harden, Milton, Maxey was 10. And then Korkmaz was the 11th one.
Did you forget Niang?
That's the one, yeah.
Guy's playing his tail off.
I just blanked during the exercise, man. It's kind of how it goes. That's the fun of it. You do it off the top of your head.
It's true. It's very excellent. George, dang for you.
That's how I miss out on Yang and get Charlie Brown Jr. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes. All right. Let's check out the chat. Let's see what we got here.
Get them up there. Get the dunkers up there.
Let's see. Let's get to attack you up here. Hello from Canada, fellas. Love the pod. I'm just wondering what you two think of what is happening with Gary Trent Jr. lately. Is he an ascending young player or just a good player having a nice run?
I think he's ascending. I don't know where his ceiling is, but I definitely think he's displayed more than you thought on both ends of the floor. As far as being a guy who can not only shoot, but also create his own shot, but also defend activity, deflection-wise. I think he definitely raised his stock and his ceiling as a 3-and-D guy. Now, can he do what he's done night in, night out? I'm not sure. But there's a lot more there than I think people believe before this season.
Yeah, I lean towards ascending. Like, obviously shot terribly tonight. But like over his last 10 or 12 or whatever it is, he's shooting well over 40% from three. Like, he's obviously on the run right now. Like, I don't think he's a 25, 26 point per game guy. Like, that's very much good player on a nice run. I do think I lean ascending because I just didn't see him taking the kind of step that he did defensively this year. Like, that's a full-blown shift up from I can get in the guy's jersey sometimes to I can get in the guy's jersey sometimes and take the ball from him almost whenever I want to. And make better off-ball rotations as well and switch a little bit more and punch above my weight on switches. Like, that's where I'm like, okay, what else can he do? Because I feel like the foundation of his offense is pretty straightforward. He's a 2-level scorer. He's going to get to his pull-up in the mid-range. He's going to get to his pull-up from three. And depending on how it's going, like, he can have these kind of heaters for 5, 6 games where he's knocking out everything. And that can also go the other way where it's like, okay, he's taking this tough diet of shots. They're not falling. He's not a great playmaker. He's not a great finisher, nor does he get downhill super often anyway. He's not going to help you in those areas team-wide. So I think offense, it feels like nice run. Defense, he's ascending. So I guess I lean ascending because he's become more of a two-way guy at this point.
Okay. I'm with it.
Yeah,
What's more valuable? What's more valuable to you? The 3-point shot making or the defense long term?
I think the defense. I feel like he's always going to have a role as like a hired gun offensively. What's going to determine if he can play like fourth quarter minutes if he can hold his own on defense. And if he can do that, then I think he just earns trust in that way. Where would you go on that?
I'd probably lean the same way. I think the shot making is more of a bonus than what would bring him to the table every night, which is the defense.
Okay, I got you. All right, we got this one from Lucas. Good night, guys and Steve. Much love from Brazil. Is Tibbs still the best man for the Knicks as they have a lot of young talent needing minutes? Like, I lean no, but I'm also like, I don't know how much of that is Tibbs' fault. And how I feel like the front office deserves more blame for this kind of situation than Tibbs does.
They all deserve blame.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm done with the Knicks right now, man.
Yikes.
Nah, man. I watched them play Portland this weekend, and it's like this is a team that just has zero clue that they're not a good team and don't know or don't do any of the things to help them because they're not a good team. They're not good defensively. They don't try offensively. What do they do well?
Frustrate the fan base.
It's just like the moves didn't work, and Tibbs lost the juice. You give up 127 to Oklahoma City at home, where Bagley, Mann, and Josh Giddey all dropped 20-plus in the Garden.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So, yeah, I get the anger and the frustration. You saw what this team could be. It didn't come together, but you gotta develop. You gotta develop that squad. You have to get the buy-in that you had instead of just being mad. You know? You can only be so mad.
You say this, but if anyone can find another level of mad, it's Tibbs.
Well, it ain't working right now, buddy.
Like, I don't know where they go from here. Just next one comes from Mandalorian616 on Twitch. It looks like early mailbag question: would you prefer T-Mac in today's game or Ben Simmons in the early 2000s? Like, I feel like I would probably lean T-Mac here. To see him with that kind of spacing, well, see him with this kind of spacing, I feel like would be insane to me. What does Ben Simmons even look like in the early 2000s?
Every point guard that couldn't shoot. He probably gets a lot more post-ups. A lot of elbow ISOs.
Yuck.
When was the last time you watched the early 2000s game?
I want to say a couple months ago, maybe.
Is that the weirdest era to look back at?
It is kind of weird. I was like, why is this so condensed? I just feel myself being upset because I'm just looking at it through this modern lens. It's like, why are you playing a center and a power forward that can't shoot, and why are they standing beside each other, and why are they running like off-ball screens to like 19 feet? Why is every action started with 14 on the clock?
Oh yes, this is great. Maybe we'll do this in the offseason. Just Nikias watches old basketball games, because let me wait till you get to the 90s.
Oh God!
Pre your lifetime.
Jesus, glad you said it. I remember I was watching the 07 finals, I believe is what it was. And this was last year. I was watching the 07 finals. I had like a thread through the first few games. Where I was like, I've always seen like, how old was I? I was like 12 or 13 during the 07 finals. So like I watched it, but I didn't watch it like I'm covering basketball now. So I always remember like, okay, this was an ugly series. LeBron had the incredible postseason up until this point, and then the Spurs kind of showed him. I was like, all right, let me watch this series. Let me see what happened. And I'm watching like 7 threes of Junior Ilgauskas showing high on pick and rolls. I'm just like, okay, I see where this is about to go. And he's showing high on pick and rolls like, again, 19, 20 feet. And the Spurs are just able to kind of get where they want to go. And it's a lot of Drew Gooden jumpers with some Danielle mixed. It was just, what a time. And poor LeBron being defended by Bruce Bowen. And also, I'm not about to go down that whole thing.
You went right down that rabbit hole. But I love, my favorite part is there's actually still some like really good concepts, except no one is just spacing the floor.
Yeah.
So like you'll get a whole bunch of good stuff, but like it's dudes flashing into space instead of just creating space. Like, oh, I'm in the corner. There's a drive. Let me go stand right next to him at the elbow. And it's like, you probably could have just hung out right there.
Oh God, I feel like I'm just watching a bunch of phone booths. It's terrible. Anyway, what's your answer to the question? You mentioned what Ben would look like. Would you take early 2000s Ben over 2022 T-Mac? Okay.
No, I'm taking T-Mac.
Okay. All right.
At all times.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page here. This one's for you, Steve, from Dan. Does Robert Williams from the Celtics have a chance to be an honorable mention for an all-defensive spot?
He can get in the conversation if Boston keeps defending like this and he keeps displaying a little bit more consistency, because he's got the athletic recovery type plays that we see on a nightly basis. It's now just, can he build the base around it? Can he consistently be active? Or is he going to have those plays where he takes a couple off and the ball gets by him? So that for me is going to separate him from me. And also, can he come close to switch big? I've been impressed with some of the switching of late.
Yeah. That's going to be my question for you. Like, how have you felt about his usage? Because you've seen he's been in a drop. They blitzed him some. They have switched him some. Like watching the Hawks game on Sunday, and shout out to Kevin O'Connor in his most recent piece. He mentioned this too, to where they've had Robert Williams like a non-shooter, opposed to just being on the center at times, so he can just kind of roam around. Like, how do you feel about him in that kind of roamer role?
I like it. Boston's got some funky matchups that they can throw at people. So even I think I was watching them play Denver, and it was like, oh, you put the Jays on those two, so now any actions you want to run becomes a switch. Like they just have such a switchability, and if they're going to continue to learn how to switch and when to switch and when not to switch, that part intrigues me. But I like the fact that he's doing multiple things, or at least being asked to do multiple things, because in playoff time, he's going to have to execute multiple schemes, guard different people, be involved in more action.
All right, I got you. All right, R Fritz 901 asks, do you think Lauri Markkanen at the 3 can work long term for Cleveland, or will they need a more typical 3?
I think it can work. I apologize to Lauri again. My bad. He's got the size. He's knocking down shots. He fits into what they do defensively because he's just tall. So I definitely see the vision. Now, I don't think you can do that with just any 3. And they have to be ready for when the league kind of catches up and be like, you know what? There's a crack in here somewhere. We can find it. But I don't think they need a prototypical quote-unquote 3. I think they just need to keep getting as many versatile guys as they can.
I would like for Lauri at the 3 has worked. I think I have a firmer answer on this once we get to the postseason, just to see like how Cleveland's going to be defended.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow. You're copping out to do playoff results?
I'm not copping out.
Boo.
Like, oh, okay.
Everyone boo this man.
Don't hit with tomatoes, man. Like, I kind of lean towards they're gonna need a more typical 3. I think more than anything, like they just need another ball handler in the lineup, in the starting lineup at least.
They just got one.
I know. I'm just.
Why do you want another ball handler in that lineup? I'm just gonna ask. I'm only asking. I don't know. The energy feels stronger than it is, but why?
I think just in general, like I want a little bit more pressure off of the hands of Darius Garland.
Like, yeah, I don't want you have Garland. It's not like they're running pick and roll every single time, so you can run him off ball. True. You can get your bigs, use them as hubs, and get to dribble handoffs. I don't necessarily know if I want someone else who needs the ball disrupting the flow. Would be my counter.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
So if you got another typical 3, all right, what's Isaac Okoro going to do?
Is he a typical 3 in this case? I mean, he's obviously more of a 3 than Lauri Markkanen is. Like, what is he's a?
Well, I'm assuming he's
5 on offense.
Wow,
I'm kidding, but continue.
Well, no, I'm saying if it's a more typical 3, and then give me a name. Who would it be? Just throw someone out there.
Do you want like a Markkanen type, like in that same tier? Is what we're looking for.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the same tier. I was about to say, what do the Cavs look like with like Justin Holiday instead of Lauri? Are they better or worse to you?
Well, Justin Holiday, you can get the same stuff. The only question is, you probably don't get the random post-up smashing smaller people, which is an element that Lauri brings to the table. But I think conceptually, you would want it to be that kind of versatile guy, can make plays but doesn't have to have the ball in his hands type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you look at who you're going to have going forward. So,
Okay, I got you.
This man said he's waiting for the playoffs.
I just want to see, this has worked a lot better than I thought, but it's also like, okay, I'm just curious about Cleveland half court in the postseason period. So I guess it's just kind of extension of that.
The setup is coming, folks. I can already see the article now. New words alert. Is Cleveland in trouble?
Okay. Find those on basketballnews.com. Anyway, international dunker from Brazil here. This is another Lucas, I believe. I have a question. What do you guys think is the better situation for a young player's development? Having a reduced role in a good team with good vets, meaning sometimes getting fewer touches, but learning in a more organized system and learning to do things the right way, or having more freedom on a worse team, but getting more time and touches, but with a chance of creating some bad habits.
Ooh, Nakai's what you got?
I think it kind of depends on position to a certain extent. I would say for a ball handler, I would kind of prefer like spread your wings, let you test some stuff out. For bigs, and this is kind of going back to our Wiseman conversation that we had last year, like bigs, I feel like there's more of a reason to be like, okay, we just need you to do X, Y, and Z. And if you earn more, than cool. Like if I want to use another example, like Bam in Miami was very much a, hey, defend, screen, roll to the basket. And you get the random push after a defensive rebound. But like it was very much, he felt very much in a, I don't want to say in a box because that has a negative connotation, but like he had a very specific role in year one. And as he got more opportunity, as he earned more trust, then you got to see him get more responsibility, especially offensively. And then he starts, and now he's this dribble handoff merchant. And now he's this true offensive hub, and it's like, okay, cool. So like I think you kind of build it up there. With guards, like I kind of want you to get the reads now. Get used to the speed of NBA defenses, test out what you can and can't do. I'd much rather them have that process early and kind of reel them in versus kind of putting them in a box.
So you want the guards to have more freedom?
I think the guards are going to need the freedom. Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you land on that?
There's other factors that I would throw in there, but purely on this question, you, in a holistic way, would want them to have a reduced role with a good team and learn and progress linear. And when it's their time to come in, they come in and produce. But a lot of that's going to have to do with playing time. So I don't have an issue with them having freedom on maybe a worse team to get some of those reps, and so you know who they are a little bit more. So I'll go opposite just for the sake of discussion's sake, because that reduced role may help them eventually. But how many years until you know what they are? Do they become Anthony Simons, or do they become Talen Horton-Tucker?
Well, we know which one the Lakers would have right now.
Side note, Chauncey Billups looks like a whole different person with Josh Hart, Justice Winslow, Anthony Simons.
Got some young talent in there.
The Bucks lose?
Did they lose?
Oh, buddy.
It's kind of tough if they did.
Oh, buddy.
I'm trying to pull up Yep, they did. Lost by 15. It's kind of tough.
I think Giannis is out.
Yeah, he was. But also, you can't have a 3 for 15 game for Chris Middleton. So,
I mean, it happens a lot.
Here we go. Okay, we can jump into this one from Tim. Biggest takeaways from Joel Embiid's performance and the Sixers win against the Cavs. Also, Steve, thoughts on the Kai's claim that Jimmy Butler was a better Embiid teammate than Harden will be. Thanks. That is not what I said.
Wait, what did you say?
Okay, so there was before you get into your takeaways from the Cavs game. So there was they talked to Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid said something of the mind that James Harden is the most talented guy that he's played with or that he's going to play with. And I quote tweeted whichever account tweeted out the quote. And I was like, surely Jimmy Butler was better than this version of James Harden.
Double slander. Still on this version of James Harden is bad. I got you. Makes sense now.
So that was the comment. I was like, wait, I don't know if this version of Harden was better than that version of Jimmy. I did not say Butler's a better teammate than Harden will be. Because if Harden cares and is healthy, then we're going to see a different version, thus a better version. But anyway, I will give you the floor. This is your question more than mine.
This man just disrespects the 22 and 10. Anyways, second league in assists. It's fine. This version. Takeaways from Embiid against the Cavs. Joel Embiid is a monster. That's my number one takeaway. And the way that he has a play every few nights where it's just like, how did he do this? There's no reason you should have Jarrett Allen on you with Okoro and Evan Mobley helping and just be able to drive right through Jarrett Allen and finish. I think his passing has been really good as far as taking his time to see the court, facing up, hitting doubles, hitting cutters. So I've been extremely impressed with the popping, with the post-ups, with the drives. And it's going to be a huge blend for them. I mean, he's making left-hand skip passes. It's a different guy right now.
How did you feel about Cleveland's defense in that game? Was there anything you would have done differently if you were them to try to slow down Joel? Because he just kind of...
No, I mean, I think they had an idea in the early part, and Evan Mobley didn't quite execute the doubles at the right times, which just opened plays up, and then Embiid also got hot. So it was just like, at that point, ... what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good learning lesson for them. It felt more like a Philadelphia did things game than a Cleveland didn't do things game. For me, at least.
Okay, I got you. I don't know how much I love this one. Is James Harden the new Blake Griffin for Nikias?
It's a fair question. How are you going to answer this?
Is that a fair question?
Man, just throw him over the top rope. Been hurt. This version.
What do you... I just don't think James Harden has been as good as his counting stats would indicate.
But how? I'm just curious.
Most of it just boils down to the defense that's been freaking awful this year. Hurt or not hurt. Like that, it's just been that bad. But also, even on the offensive end, like the assists are there, the rim pressure hasn't been the same. The shooting hasn't been the same this year. And so, yeah, you could give me 22, 8 and 10 or something like that.
Are you
like those aren't bad?
Are you gonna say you could give me 22, 8 and 10, but
I mean,
are you gonna say that?
I'm just saying. All I've said is I've seen better 22, 8 and 10s. That's all.
All right, nope, you on the spot. Who's the better 22, 8 and 10 this year?
This year? Is there anyone else doing 22, 8 and 10 this year?
Interesting.
All I'm saying, I'm just saying the numbers are what they are, but the effort hasn't always been there. It's just been a little I've been underwhelmed with what I've seen from James Harden this year. Oh, there's an answer. Sometimes.
Now you've got the empty calorie stat brigade out here.
I'm just saying.
Not doing this with y'all.
Would you? It's crazy to think about James Harden being teammates with 6 superstars since joining the Rockets. Dwight, CP3, Russ, KD, Kyrie, and now Embiid, and just bad luck after bad luck. That is kind of tough. The comments are rolling in. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, let's go back. We got another one from R Fritz 901. Will the Wizards be honest with themselves and let Beal go and start tanking, or trick themselves into believing that Beal and KP can be anything more than a competitive first round loss?
Definitely gonna try and trick themselves into thinking those two can work. If nothing else, it'll add someone else to that room. So I imagine them looking to keep that duo with the way Kyle Kuzma's playing now. I don't know. They're trying to have something to keep Beal, and if Beal leaves, at least they have KP and they can try and add. I don't know.
They got a lot of.
It's a lot of Raul Neto.
Why is he catching us straight? He's just doing his best.
It's just a lot. That's all. It's a lot.
Somebody has to do it. Bill ain't there. Russ ain't there no more. Dinwiddie ain't there no more. Aaron Holiday's gone. I don't know if that counts, but yeah.
It's just a lot. That's all.
There we go. From Ethan. If Gary Harris gets bought out, where would you want to see him go that would give him at least 15 minutes a game?
Denver.
There we go. I would just like to point out there was an article written on basketballnews.com about Gary Harris landing spots. You can check that on the site if you haven't already. But anyway, Denver is good.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that article? Who wrote
that would be one to Kais Duncan. He does all right. Hashtag big plugs. There we go. But no, Denver's at the top of my list. Denver, Brooklyn, Boston. All fun landing spots for me. Toronto's another one. Wait a minute, because I haven't seen this game yet. It's from Matthew. Should Nick Nurse be thrown into jail for putting Boucher, Birch, and Achua on the court at the same time? Surely that's not a thing that actually happened.
Surely it is.
Nah, I need to watch those minutes specifically. Because why would you do that?
Space the floor, switch on defense.
Can we talk about that first one for a minute?
Hey, man. I'm just trying to give you an idea of why it might happen. I don't know, Dub.
Oh, no. Like those
something clearly wasn't working.
Like, there's only one situation I could think of in which those three should be on the floor at the same time. It is late fourth quarter with like 2/10 of a second left, which means the only thing you can get is a lob, and you just need to park your tallest players at the rim so that the opponent cannot get a lob or get a tip. Yeah. Otherwise, why are you putting those three on the court at the same time?
I think y'all said play his bench more often. I'm trying to figure out.
You can't. No, I can't let that one slide. Absolutely not.
What?
You gotta do that within reason.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you need to play the bench more. That doesn't mean play all three of those bigs at the same time.
Who else are they supposed to play?
Get Malachi Flynn some more minutes, man.
Boom. Nope, it happened early. 7:24. Kim Birch comes in. 4:42. Chris Boucher comes in for OG. And 2:35 Precious comes in for Pascal. Jumbo package.
That is no. I won't go as far as prison, but no, don't do that. Don't just anyway. From Gabriel.
Cleveland got a whole big, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, but one of those guys could, you know what? Okay. If you're trying to win a ring, would you rather have a full season of Tyrese Maxey or part-time Kyrie? Also known as the James Harden question, I guess.
Full season.
Full season of Maxey. I would also take the full season of Maxey. Let's see. What else do we have in the comment section? All right. Does Jason Tatum have a chance at all defense this year, or am I way too biased? Thanks. Amazing show as always. Thank you. How have you felt about Jason Tatum's defense this year?
I've liked it. I think he's been active on ball. I think he's improved off ball as far as being able to navigate. I wouldn't put him all defense this year, but he's definitely brought it, which is a lot to ask for when you have that kind of level of responsibility offensively. So I've been impressed. I guess I give him bonus points for that.
Okay. Like he's been very good in my recent viewings. Like earlier this year, it was pretty good, but under the level that I thought he'd play at. I think it's something that we touched on the podcast. So early season, I felt like every other pod was Jason Tatum in my player you want more from list. So like it's progressed as the year's gone on, as I've watched them. All defense, I don't think it's a case of bias. I just think the forward room is pretty strong this year. And so I don't know if I would have Jason Tatum as like a top 4 guy this year, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been good. And I guess the better question is like, how are the voters going to navigate that? Like, what do they think of Jason Tatum's defense? Because the things that Jason Tatum does well, like I feel like during the Hawks game, I think there was a highlight of him defending Trae Young on the switch and it looked really good. But like most of his good defense is kind of quiet. it's him holding his own on the switch and a shot not going up, or he's like splitting the difference and jumping the passing lane that way. So I don't know. He doesn't have like the explosive chase downs and stuff like that. Not very often anyway. So I kind of wonder what his rep is going to be like among the voters, honestly. Let's see what we got. All right, Heat beating the Crew. What's going on, guys? First time, long time. How many wins will it take to win the Eastern Conference? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen.
12.
Boo. Boo. Regular season. Okay, so Miami's at 37-20. Like it's so that's 57 games. We got 25 left. Does 54 get it done for the 1 seed this year?
I think it's going to be 50, 55.
Think 55 gets it?
It should, but that's going to be tough to get. It's
so contested up there at the top, man.
I mean, it might be a 50, 51. Like, unless these two just continue to separate, I feel like it's going to be on the lower end.
Yeah. 5 teams in the Eastern Conference have a win percentage over 60 right now. Yeah, Milwaukee's at 5 and they're 2.5 games back of Miami for 1. Like, it's insane.
The Eastern Conference is fun.
That it is.
That play-in is going to be fun. And so how are you going to feel when Kyle Kuzma gets Mr. AVO up out of here?
That is disgusting. Man, if the Wizards make the play-in this year, I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that.
That's why I asked how you gonna feel when Kyle Kuzma pull-ups his way to get the Hawks and the Hornets out of here.
Nah, man. Look, if the Hawks get the Wizards in the play-in and the Hawks lose, like Nate McMillan gonna be potting with us. Like you can't do that. You can't. That can't be how the season ends. I'm sorry.
We're doing Nate McMillan slander. What's happening right now?
No, the slander would be warranted if they lose the play into the Wizards.
Goodness gracious!
You can't do that. All right, Miles asks. I feel like Philly might be. I can talk. There we go. I feel like Philly might be a shooter short. How do you guys feel? Losing Seth hurts.
I think they have enough. Depends on who's their best 3 shooters to you.
Best 3 shooters. Let me not make a mistake. Let me pull up their roster just to make sure I don't forget anybody.
So it's going to be Maxey, Niang, Danny Green, right? Can Shake and Korkmaz make shots? Is Isaiah Joe going to be a thing?
Can Danny Green make shots?
Danny Green slander too, huh?
It's not. He just has the whole thing where it's like, all right, he's shooting 40% from 3 every other year for like a 6-year span or whatever it is. Actually, I can pull it up right now. It's not slander. It's very much, we know he can shoot, but like the level, it's a whole thing. All right. I stand corrected. He's been lighting it up the last few years. All right. Oh, there it is, the postseason. So, last 4 years for Danny Green. We got basically 39% in 2018 last year with the Spurs. 47% for 3 in the Toronto year. 42% for 3 in LA. 41% in Philly last year. He's at 41% this year. And those last 4 postseasons for him, 27% from 3, 34% from 3, 35% from 3, and then 44% from 3 last year in Philly. So it just kind of depends on which Danny Green we're getting.
All right.
I'm gonna see. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's get Mark up here. Sure. Friend of the program, Mark Schindler. Power rank random bench wingy forwards based on potential. O'Shea Brissett, Darius Bagley, Jalen McDaniels, Hamidou Diallo, and Josh Green.
I'm gonna go Diallo last.
Huh. Okay.
Actually, no, I'll go Bagley, then Diallo, then O'Shea, then Josh Green, then McDaniels.
All right. I would go in terms of potential is interesting. Man, because this really just feels like the how much do you believe Darius Bagley can shoot question? Because everything else just kind of falls apart offensively for me if you can't. In terms of potential. All right. Let me go.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I hate this. Let me go Bagley, McDaniels, Green, Brissett, Diallo. I don't love any of that.
You don't feel good about yourself. It's fine.
I don't.
Throw another one out there. Don't worry.
We got another from Miles. Which team in the guy is more certain makes it out of the conference currently, the Bucks or the Suns?
The answer is going to be yes. So go ahead.
The answer is in fact yes. More likely though, I think Phoenix is the more likely of the two. Like I do have both of them coming out right now, but Phoenix is my answer. Like I just don't think Golden State's your only hope. I think they go better than Golden State right now. Okay, here's an interesting one. Why is the career regular season plus playoff points record considered less important than the career regular season only points record? Why is this the only place arbitrarily where playoffs matter less? You know, I've never thought about that.
Take it away. I don't have much of a thought.
Because I feel like we either just shouldn't do regular season plus playoffs or that should just be a standard. It is kind of odd where it's just because we did this with Steph earlier this year, where like he was already past Ray Allen for like the all-time threes made list when you combine the playoffs, but we just didn't count it. And then he breaks the record and they stop the game. It's a whole thing. And like LeBron just recently broke the all-time scoring record, if you're including the playoffs. But they also still have the graphic. Hey, if LeBron averages 25 points per game, he should break the record in 60 plus games. So I don't know. Like I'll pose it to you. Like, what would you prefer? Do you think we should just kind of go regular season plus playoffs for all these records?
No.
Okay.
Let's leave it the way it is.
You like it said. Okay.
Yeah, because what if you just don't go to the playoffs as much? And then
I mean, you just don't move up the list. It's kind of tough.
Right, but then you have all the players before, different playoff formats. Let's leave it the way it is.
Okay. Got you. All right. Power rank Eastern Conference benches: Miami, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, and Philly.
Interesting. I wasn't ready for that, but it's all right. I got. Oh.
Yeah, it's a fun one, right?
Philly. Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me sounding like Nakai's.
Wow. This is what we're on. Okay.
I'm going to go Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to go New York, Atlanta.
Cam Reddish didn't help, huh?
Philly, Chicago, Boston, Miami.
Okay. And that's bottom to top, right?
Always start from the bottom, then go to the top. The cream always rises.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. We're getting okay. I would also have Miami 1, which, man, if you asked me before the year to rank these benches, Miami would probably be like 5 or 6 for me. Just a testament to what we've seen this year. But anyway, Miami 1.
Yeah, because you didn't like Gabe Vincent.
I just didn't know he'd be able to shoot.
All right.
There is film, but no, Miami won. Oh goodness. Miami won healthy Chicago. But I don't know what healthy Chicago is even in at this point. Anyway, Miami, Chicago, Boston, Atlanta. New York, Philly.
Did you go top to bottom?
Yeah, I don't love that either, though.
We don't like Philly's bitch, huh?
I need to see how this is going to be staggered. That'll make me feel a little bit better.
Oh, never mind. It's not Philly's bench. It's Doc Rivers. I got it. Never mind. Next question. I'm not doing this again.
What do you mean?
Let Doc live, man.
Oh goodness! What is DeMar on right now? Shout out Steve. I know he loves the old man game.
I don't know what DeMar's on, but this man's losing his mind. You see the shots he's taking right now?
I don't have it on. What's happening?
I don't even know. He won. They won. The game's over. I'm just saying in general. This man.
Oh, in general, yeah, he's on an absolute eater right now.
35 plus, 5 straight games, 6 straight games. No one's done it since Michael Jordan. It's insane. The shot making, man. Like he's in control of his game. Like whatever. Okay, I'll drive. I'm just going to hesitate, pull up right in your face. Oh, you guys are going to come double. I'll wait for you to come double, and I'll spin and shoot it. It's fine. 2 pump fakes into a fadeaway. Like, why? And it's all cash right now. Like, this man is insane. He's got to be in the MVP conversation. I'm sorry.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Power rank these.
What did Glenn do to you is hilarious, by the way.
He didn't do anything to me. Nothing at all. Power rank these Chris Pauls. New Orleans CP, Clippers CP, Houston CP, OKC CP, Jesus Christ, and Sun CP.
This sounds like a Nikias question and a Nikias question only.
Okay, so New Orleans CP is 1. And this is where I once again say 07-08 Chris Paul should have an MVP. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Wait, huh?
He lost out on the MVP. He finished second in MVP in 07-08, and he should have won. That I will never let that one go. I'm sorry. But anyway, I think that's the best version of Paul. We'll go New Orleans, Clippers, Suns, Thunder, Houston.
Wow. No shocker that the youngest Chris Paul got the highest praise.
Oh, here we go. Oh, brother.
No surprise there.
How would you rank the Chris Pauls?
How would I rank the Chris Pauls? I have Houston Chris Paul last.
Okay.
I have New Orleans Chris Paul next. Who's left? I have I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go OKC Chris Paul. I felt like that was some real veteran gamesmanship right there. I have Clippers Paul, and then I have Phoenix Paul. Clippers Paul is number 2. I don't think people put enough respect on what he was doing there, just because it was the peak of the memes and the jokes.
Yeah, well, he was insane.
Literally, I sat and watched, and after watching tape, I sat and I remembered, hey man, this playoff series here with the Clippers comes down to, does he make shots and pick and roll, and can we defend it? And that's just a terrible feeling. It's just like, well, fourth quarter time. Here we go. All this hard work. Let's see if he does the thing. Oh, he did the thing. Okay.
Go home, drive safely. It's kind of what it was. All right, let's rock this one out. The guys you recently mentioned, for Miami to win the East Conference Finals or championship, Bam has to be aggressive as he's the mismatch for the half court to work. Do you still think that? And Steve, your thoughts? We're doing more. I do think in Miami's half court attack, that Bam is the constant mismatch on the floor. I think he can outmuscle smaller guys. I think he can blow by bigger bigs. And I think he's the one guy might even call out and say, all right, we can get something out of this. And I think he's going to drive a lot of their success in the postseason this year. Even going back to the bubble run, like that series shifted in large part to Bam be like, oh, wait, Daniel Tice can't do anything with me. And just kind of taking that series over. Like he's gonna have a moment like that pretty much no matter who Miami faces in the postseason. To where he's gonna have something.
A moment like taking over?
I said just a matchup on the floor where he's like, okay, I can beat this in some kind of way.
Toronto?
Like in theory, he should be able to beat switches. That's what I mean. Like he should be able to drive this. Like he should be able to do that. He hasn't been, which is part of the problem.
Milwaukee? Cleveland?
That's the one.
I just think that Bam is Bam, and I like that he's being aggressive. An aggressive Bam Adebayo is a good Bam Adebayo, but I don't put as much weight into it as Nekias does. I think he's also an engine, a hub, and he has to balance all of that, which is a lot tougher than it may seem. But it's fine. I'll take my L.
I don't think you have to take it. That's incredible.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah. What you got, Nekias? Rank them. The hashtag is big agenda.
Steve, you see what you've done? This is insane. Wow. Guys, just to piggyback on the CV question, rank these Kendrick Perkins. This is why.
Rank them.
Like I would probably. Jesus. I don't like any of this. Like I probably go OKC, Boston, Cleveland, New Orleans. Like I go New Orleans, Cleveland. I'm sorry, because like the Cleveland one just doesn't count.
Well, you there twice, right?
Yeah, but like also.
So you're saying OKC is one?
Yeah.
Because I'm going Boston one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going OKC
just
two.
to peek a bit like this. Oh goodness,
that's pretty much it for me.
Because the other one's just all right. Y'all, like, what is happening right now? We're not ranking the. I don't like where this is going. Ranked following: Team Nigeria, KC Okpala, Miami, KC Okpala, OKC. Like it's in order, I guess. That's just rude.
I'm not saying anything. I'm gonna let it go.
That's not nice. From Patrick, does Tyrese Halliburton get the max in 2 years? Like I would imagine so. Like if he isn't hurt, like I think he's on track to get a max extension. That's what would be the argument for less than that. You know whose rookie scale extension really intrigues me while we're on the topic? What is Tyler Hero getting this offseason?
A bag?
He's definitely getting a bag. Is he getting a max?
No. He'll be fairly compensated, though.
Because, man, rookie scale guy averaging 20 points a game, you would think. But also, Colin Sexton's in late restricted free agency. So, I guess that kind of go either way. What we got? What high pedigree player did you each expect to make it big who just never worked out for whatever reason?
Oh, I could do these all day.
I was about to say this. I really want to hear your list.
Why? Just want to make fun of me? It's fine.
No.
Fine. Jimmer. But then I realized he can't just keep getting the ball back like he did in college. Anyways, Nick Young. I was very high on Nick Young.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to just keep going?
Yeah.
It's just Steve takes L's, or what are we doing here?
Not else. I just want to know who you were high on.
This man trying to discredit my resume.
Oh, come on now.
I'm just playing with you. Who else did I have? I had a few doozies. I always thought Torian Prince was going to be something.
Mm-hmm. Steve Casey Paulus.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Were you a Dragon Bender guy?
I was.
I feel like you were a big 2016 draft guy. Chris Dunn probably too, right?
I was fond of Chris Dunn, yeah. That point of attack defense, man.
The Stanley Johnson counter, did he make up for it?
I don't think he's made up for it, but like he's rebounded.
Jeez. Okay. Excuse me.
What do you? I just answered the question. Oh goodness, boy! Did you have more?
I know of Vonleh.
He was fun.
James Young, I thought he was gonna be pretty good.
It's a deep cut. I respect it.
I thought Mitch McGarry was gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
KJ McDaniels, I thought he was gonna be good.
Oh man, he was so fun in Philly. Oh, he was so fun in Philly. Oh my goodness.
Now I'm just going. My last one is 2013. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I was a Dragon Bender guy. I don't know if he counts as high pedigree, but like I was always I love Terrence Williams. I hate he didn't work out. Anthony Randolph is definitely one. I just knew Thomas Robinson was going to be a star, and the fact that he wasn't still bothers me.
T-Rob, huh? I did not have you as a T-Rob guy.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be. Thought he was gonna be a monster in pick and roll, and it just didn't come together. It's kind of tough. Who else?
They put Zach Collins.
No, but you know who I was high on? I thought TJ Leaf was gonna be really good. And he just wasn't at all. Big whiff.
Or TJ Leaf taking strays.
I don't. Is that a stray? Like I just thought he fits the prompt.
Man, just eating celery.
That's the problem, he's not on the roster right now. That's all I'm saying. No celery slander, but wait.
They want you to take a bit. Oh, who would say no? Phoenix.
Well, if you're Phoenix or Utah, who would say no to an Ayton Gobert swap? So you say Phoenix says no. Does Utah say no?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is both sides say no to you.
Yes. I think it's a very short conversation.
Okay. I feel. Why do we have a Ish Smith rank him in the comments? This is too on brand. Oh, Dante Exum's a good one. Dante Exum ruined my life in 2K15, 17. Which 2K was it that he was part of the story mode? And he was just like the rudest human being on earth. But he was also really good. But we're not going to talk about Justice. Yeah, I still believe he's still doing good things. It's fine.
Yeah, you wait. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy this Blazers run towards the end of this season. I can already see it now in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Hi, hello. I was on a pod. Talk about Justice Winslow's surge for Portland.
I don't love this because now when it happens, I'll be like, well, okay, I'm gonna do the pod, but I can't share it because Steve might see it and he's gonna bring it up on the pod.
Nope, I'm gonna quote tweet it.
I don't like this at all. Oh man, Justice did start, and there you go.
Watch, we're a couple of weeks from Nikai's reversing course and speaking highly of the Blazers.
Hey, man.
I am booking it here, folks.
Hey man, the play-in Blazers led by Justice Winslow. Like, what can you do? What Steve has once again left the screen. Don't do me like this, man. What's the problem? What is the beef here? He's just gone. That's just kind of tough.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought we actually lost you. It was like, well, okay, yeah, Gianni's definitely on the count right now for Miami Heat. Pistol action versus horns. If you could only run one set,
what would your go-to set be? I gotta get you. I want to see Nakai's coach one day.
You don't want to see that. I have way too much to learn before I get there.
I want to see it. I want to see your staggering, buddy.
Oh, buddy, I'll do that. I'll do that. We will make sure, but we will have a rotation that is fresh.
Man, until that foul trouble hits, and you look up, and all 5 of your starters are right next to you.
Yeah, we trust our players on this side, you know.
Staggering right out of the arena.
I don't like this. All right. Pistol like I feel like there's so many variations out of horns though.
Well, it depends.
Not that there aren't out of pistol, but
it depends. I think there's more. I think horns you can do a whole lot because technically you can turn it into elbow stuff as well. So I would go horns.
I too would go horns. Oh, yeah, we got some horns talk on the podcast. I hope everyone's happy.
It's gone off the rails.
This is once we started ranking the Kendrick Perkins, I was like, you know what? This might be this might be different. This might be a little bit different. Oh, we're going back to the guys you thought they were going to be good and they weren't. Mario Hezonja. It's a deep cut. Josh Jackson. I thought Josh Jackson was going to be good as well. Have I made my decision if I'm going to the Hawks? Okay. I don't know if I'm going to Hawks Cavs yet. That might be a stay at home but getting to the Zoom calls situation.
The hashtag is big time, folks.
Is that big time?
What's gonna be the hashtag with Nakai's coaches?
Big coach, big stagger, big Spain. I mean, Marcus All has that one, so I guess I can't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna let it slide for 0.5 seconds, but we're gonna fix that one, buddy.
Oh, so I should have just stuck it there just to see what your reaction is gonna be. Just watch you get more and more frustrated. You would actually leave the stream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Dunker Spot.
That's what we get hit with. That's kind of tough. Big XOs. Jesus Christ. All right. We can close it with this one. Okay. Well, let's start with this one first. The guys, you still requesting 32, 8, and 12 on 6-5 true shooting from James at the All-Star. Yes, I need James Harden to go on a run once he gets healthy. I need to see it. I need to see invigorated James Harden on this Sixers team. He has it in him.
He just needs to get his hamstring right.
That too. He has it in him. All right, let's close it here. Rank these trios currently. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Kyle Lowry. Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tobias Harris. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton. Steph, Clay, and Draymond. LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russ.
That's interesting. That's it
Pretty
feels
good, right?
like KD, Kyrie, and Simmons are going to be last only because one of them has yet to play and one of them plays
half the time.
Something like that. So I'm gonna put them last just for now.
Okay.
I'll then go LeBron, AD, and Russ. I will then go with Embiid, Harden, and Harris. It's a lot of Tobias. Jimmy, Bam, and Lowry just fit together. Giannis, Drew, and Middleton should be one. but I'm a little concerned.
Mm-hmm.
You got Giannis playing at a high level. You got Drew Holiday playing at a high level. You have
Go on.
mid built in.
Oh, here we go. It's the Chris Middleton slander.
I'm gonna go with Steph, Clay, Draymond when fully healthy.
Okay. Steph, Clay, Dre when healthy. I respect it.
If Clay is playing like this and Draymond comes back, I'm intrigued.
Gets kind of tough. All right. Not to rank these hamstrings in the car. That's insane. No. What is your Oh goodness, that is awful. All right. Anyway, to rank to rank the trio, that just messed me up. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting that one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go Giannis, Drew Middleton. Then I'll go Steph, Clay, Dre. Then I'll go. I'll go Jimmy, Bam, Lowry. I will go. See, like this is where I'm torn, because if you're given the if healthy caveat, then I would also like to see KD, Kyrie, Simmons when healthy. Because if they're healthy, like that's going to be, I think they're going to be really good.
They are too, but it's very easy to knock them down.
Yeah, I feel
make it easier late at night. You know, sometimes you got to make the right decision.
I got you. All right, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll go. It does say rank them currently, so I guess that's fair. We haven't seen a sample with any of them. All right, so with that, then I would go Giannis, Drew Middleton. I'll go Steph, Clay, Dre. I'll go Jimmy, Bam, Lowry. And since we're going currently, it'll be LeBron, AD, Russ is a clear last between those four. And in terms of the trios and then from there, I would say, from there, say KD, Kyrie, Simmons, and then Embiid, Harden, Harris.
He said a clear last for.
Bron,
that it's going to say his name again. Oh, all right.
I feel like it's a testament to the third that sinks them behind the other three.
Got you. Was Michael Kidd-Gilchrist your original KZ Okpala?
No, I love the defense. I just didn't see the shot. Just never made sense. Literally never made sense.
Dig up some old tweets here
of MKG.
Oh, all caps. Quick shout out to my dude Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for dropping 23 and 14. He will earn your respect this year. He's really valuable and good. Yeah, this was definitely your KZ.
I don't like this. What year was that?
2016.
Oh, okay. I think he was out of the league shortly after. This is kind of. Which was 2014 the year he gave up 60 plus to Melo and Bron in like a 2-week stretch or something like that?
I don't remember.
It was kind of tough. Oh man, in 2016. So was that before the 16-17 season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple more. Couple more in there, but I will we'll move past them.
Okay. All right, we'll let you ride.
Are you interested in the ceiling for Josh Giddey?
Yes. I am.
The hashtag is big agenda, folks. Kendrick Perkins, 1 hour ago. Going to be interesting to see what the ceiling is for Josh Giddey. That young man put on a show tonight in Madison Square Garden. Carry on, ...
How does this keep happening? I don't. Yeah, thank you, Brandon. You got it. I don't like this bit. I don't like it. Had a full-blown rookie report about Josh Giddey. I was in here first. I don't come on. Hook, line, and sinker. I hate the way that you set me up on here. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Dunker Spot. Please give us 5 stars. Please leave us a review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your pods. You can find us. You can find me on Twitter, Dan the Kais NBA. You can find Steve on Twitter at SteveJones20. And with that, we will catch y'all next week. We are off Thursday. If you want to send a early happy birthday to our co-host Steve Jones Jr., go ahead and do that. But because of that, heading into the All-Star break as well, I'm going to take some time, recharge. We'll be back next Monday with a guest.
Wait,
so
what?
be on the lookout for